Hi everybody, Anne with Wonder Woman Coaching. Coming to you again tonight about talking about raising those teens. And of course, as we all know, raising teens is no easy task. They're in that limbo between being a kid and wanting to be an adult. So they're constantly trying to test those wings. And they have so many more pressures and influences than we ever had as kids. So that makes life so much, more difficult for them. So I'm not an expert, but here are some suggestions that I try and use with my teenagers. One is give them some space. They're trying to become independent, so you want to actually help them do that. And let them stay out a little later, as long as it's not past curfew. Let them drive a little further than they would have normally. Knock on their bedroom door instead of just barging in. And let them do things on their own instead of you doing it for them. All that is helping them earn their independence and gain a little space. Choose your battles wisely. Is it really that important that the room is a horrible mess? Yeah, you probably don't like it, but I promise they will grow out of it. I know I personally did. They will too. Close the door, ignore it. Yes, remind them to clean up their room, make them stick to it occasionally, but don't get crazy about it if it's not clean, perfect all the time. Maybe you don't want them to dye their hair. Maybe you don't think they should have purple hair, but really, is it worth getting that upset about? Because it's going to grow out. They might change it. They might want it pink next week. Who knows? Invite their friends over. This is good because you get to meet their friends. You know who they're talking about when they talk about who they're hanging out with. You also know where they are and what they're doing, so you get to keep tabs on them. So this is also a very good thing. Make sure that they're checking in. Very rarely do I tell my oldest that he can't go somewhere or do something with someone, unless, of course, we have our other plans and I need him home, as long as he's checking in. So he calls me before he goes. If they go somewhere else, he calls me and lets me know where he's going. So he's constantly checking in. And a little secret, I always know where he is because I have this app on his phone, so I know where he's at. But I always ask, and he has yet to not tell me truthfully where he is. Give them a game plan or an out. We have a code word if they feel they're not being listened to, and they are to give me that code word. Ours is corn dog. So if they're trying to talk and they're not being listened to, or if they're feeling depressed and they need to talk about it, corn dog is their word. If you hear their code word, drop everything and listen to those kids. The other reasons, give them time to listen to them. The times that they're going to want to talk to you become fewer and further between the older they get. So if they come home and they're talkative, put everything you're doing down and listen to your kids, because, like I said, they're going to not do that very much anymore because they're becoming those independent people that we really want them to become but don't want them to become at the same time. And then the other out is give them a letter or a word that they can text you if they're at a party and they want to leave. If you get that word in a text, you immediately call them and tell them you want them home, and that gets them out of a sticky situation with, and they can blame it on you. So, they get to save face with their friends. So those are just a few of my tips. If you have any to add, please feel free to drop them in the comments section. And I hope everyone has a great evening. Thanks for watching.